Mobile phones came out en masse in the UK in 1985, and since then their usage has gone up exponentially. As of last year, 87% of the UK owned a smartphone, and I'm sure the majority of you are using your phones to listen to me today. As we know, mobile phones are integral to our lives, but the question that's raised time and time again, and I'm sure you've thought about, is can mobile phones cause brain cancer? I'm Dr. Kandi, I'm a GP and a mum of two, and I talk about little actions that make a big difference to your overall health and wellness. So, mobile phones give off a type of radiation called radio waves. It's the same waves emitted by radios and microwaves, see my microwave video, and this type of radiation is called non-ionizing radiation. Now, as far as scientists know, non-ionizing radiation can't damage our cell's DNA because it just doesn't have enough energy to directly pull electrons away from atoms. See my oxidation video for more detail. Now, ionizing radiation, on the other hand, is a type of radiation you'd typically be worried about, as this can damage your DNA and increase your risk of cancer. Examples include things like X-rays. So I guess the question remains whether somehow mobile phones have a direct or indirect impact on head and neck cancers. There have been many studies done looking at the link between brain cancers and mobile phone use over the last 30 years. The results have overall been mixed and conflicting. So many of the scientific studies have found no risk. However, interestingly, some notable ones like the Interphone study looked at more than 5,000 people with brain tumours in 13 different countries, and it found no overall increased risk of brain cancer, but there was a small increase in gliomas, a type of brain cancer, in 10% of people that use their phones the most. And another one, arguably quite interestingly, a $30 million rat study in 2018 showed clear evidence of a link between cancer in the heart and cell phone usage. The limitation of this study, however, is that these rats were exposed to much higher, more intense levels of radiation than humans are over a longer period of time. In 2014, a subsidiary group of the WHO looked at studies around gliomas and benign tumours called acoustic neuromas and found that there was limited evidence, but not conclusive. And then they went on to say that there was a possibility, therefore, that non-ionizing radiation could cause cancer. That obviously caused quite a tizzy to many scientists and frankly non-scientists too, like myself, and confused the pot even more, because if there was a possibility that non-ionizing radiation could cause cancer, someone needs to tell us how. A few things to note though. Brain cancer is particularly hard to glean information on because, of course, the brain is hard to study and dissect from live participants, especially given that the rates of brain cancer overall are considerably less than many other cancers. There's also a lot of limitations within these studies because, for example, of course, animal studies are not always comparable to humans. And the classification of brain tumours has expanded over the last few years, which may account for, rising rates. And many studies don't account for other factors that may affect brain cancers at the time of that study. For example, poor diet or smoking in the participants. I guess it really depends on the source. So many sources say that the best scientific evidence shows no link whatsoever. I would say that the jury is definitely out. Very marginally. On one hand, mobile phone usage has increased rapidly, but the number of brain cancers hasn't, so that's certainly saying something. But on the other hand, we don't know because, in my opinion, mobile phones haven't been around long enough. Remember, it took over 3 decades for them to firmly establish a link between tobacco and lung cancer, so there's still some way to go. Well, regardless of where you fall, there are some simple things that you can do to lower your risk. The first is limit your time on the phone. Okay, that one's so obvious. Let's just move on to the second. The second is use your speakerphone or hands-free with headphones instead of holding it close to your head. Because if anything's going to increase the risk of cancer, it's got to be the proximity, right? A researcher even said that 10 inches away from your body, as compared to 1/10 of an inch, results in 10,000-fold reduction in exposure. Number 3, turn off your Wi-Fi and Bluetooth if you're not using them. And then if you're near a router, for example, turn off your cellular signal and switch to Wi-Fi instead to reduce your radiation exposure. Number 4, if your phone is in your pocket, put it on airplane mode. Otherwise, again, store it in your bag, etc. Don't sleep with it next to your head. And then finally, when the signal's poor, don't bother using your phone at all, as the radiation levels increases a lot more. Thank you for listening. I hope you've enjoyed. Please like, follow, share Life of Dr. Kandi for more little actions that make a big difference to your overall health and wellness.